Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past live stream. We're continuing from 2 days ago, where we helped the old man through Death Mountain, and we're about to head to the top of Death Mountain as well as the final dungeon. Well, the final dungeon, which contains one of the pendants, Hera Tower. Yeah, final dungeon will actually be within Hyrule Castle. 王様はきっと司祭に騙されておる。 The king has been completely fooled by the priest. 司祭は魔の力の巣を開けこうとしてあるのじゃ。 The priest is using his magical power to open up a pathway. I believe he's referring to the pathway between the light world and the dark world, as when you try to enter the main entranceway of the castle, you'll be transported to the dark world. 山の上の塔にはムーンパロと呼ばれる玉がある。Within the tower on the top of the mountain is a jewel called the Moon Pearl. 必ず見つけなされ. You'll definitely want to find it. わしがあんたにしてやれるのは疲れを癒すことくらいいつでも来なされ. I believe he's saying, I'm sorry, but all I can do is all I can do from this position that I'm at is heal you. Come by whenever you would like. Yes, and there we go. Got some life. I'm gonna check this room over here. It's been a couple years since I played, but I have a hunch there might be something in here. I don't know. I'm thinking of a different area. Yeah, I'll go ahead and exit and then advance over to Hera Tower. I really loved playing this version of Death Mountain. It was so intimidating and huge at the time. All of the labyrinths, and you'll need to discover all the items to find all the secrets within it. Navigating it for the first time felt very epic. These falling boulders are a real problem. I just remembered they're very similar to the boulders you encounter in Breath of the Wild. I wonder if that was an idea that the game pulled from past Legend of Zelda games. この洞窟の先、村への道へ通じろ。 Past this cave is a road back to the village. We can go ahead and literally run up the ladder. Always thought that was kind of funny. Right here is another really cool detail. I loved how you could look from the top of the mountain and you're above the clouds and you can see the lost woods below you. That's really, really neat touch. A piece of heart over there. We'll have to get to that later. And what's this right here? That's so mysterious, I must step on it. And this moment right here, it blew my mind so much when I was first playing this game around 10 years old. Out of nowhere, you're in this scary world, totally different music, and Link's even turned into a bunny. And if you go to the very top right here, you can barely see this huge flashing building. Of course, that's Ganon's tower, but this is just so amazing to experience for the first time. And you can even go to the map screen, and you can see the entirety of the Dark World. I assume most of the viewers are very familiar with Link to the Past, but it was just so amazing to out of nowhere be transported to this completely different hostile world. And you have that whole world you'll be able to explore eventually. Right, and these guys right here. Uhi, goron goron, are, anta wa usagi-san ni natanda. Hey, I'm rolling around. And as for you, it looks like you've turned into Mr. Rabbit. そうだよ、この世界は僕たちの住む世界とよく似た地形だけどちょっと違うのさ。Okay, okay this world that we now live in よく似てよく似たちょっと the looks of it are a bit different. その上迷い込んだ人間はその人の心を映した姿に変わってしまうんだよ。However, in this world, when humans get lost into it, their appearance takes on the form that's actually within their heart. おいら、コロコロキーが変わるもんで、ボールみたいになっちゃったざ。For me, as someone who's constantly wishy-washy and changing his mind, I turned into something like a ball always rolling around. でも、ムーンパロって玉があれば元の姿に戻れるらしいんだ。However, with the moon pearl, you are able to return back to your previous form. ゴロンゴロンゴロン、ローローロー。おう、なんか文句あるのか、このウサギ野郎。せっかくオガンの力を。Hey, what are you up to, Mr. Rabbits? The golden power. しただこうと思ってこの世界に来たのに。I came here looking for the golden power. こんな姿になるし、元の世界に帰れるね。However, in order to, let me see, 来たのはこんな姿になるし。I'll have to return back to my world in order to take on my previous form. ヘラの塔にあるムンパロって玉さえ手に入れれば元の姿に戻れるとことだが。Yes, in the Tower of Hera, if I were to get my hands on the moon pearl, you'll be able to return back to your previous form. 俺はむしゃくしゃしているんだぞ。この野郎。あっちへ行け。むしゃくしゃ。むしゃくしゃしてんだぞ。I believe that's musha kusha. I have a. It's been a while since I've heard that word. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Musha kusha. I think it's something like I have things to do. Musha kusha. Oh no, I'm. Oh yeah, kind of like yeah. I'm in a bad mood. So get going. And now if we go back to that previous point, now it's just like looks like a hellscape down there, and you even have that lightning. Really amazing. Yeah, let's see how far we can go in the dark world with our rabbit form. Not very far. Oh yeah, and looks like we got more lava down there. Fun. How convenient we have a fairy fountain. And besides having no attacking ability, Link can't even dash in his rabbit form. It'd be kind of funny if they did some kind of feature where he would start hopping if you held down the A button, but he's just limited to walking around. There's not too much more to do in the dark world right now other than soak up all the atmosphere, so we'll go ahead and go back. And we have our mirror that the old man gave us. And this is the first, right here is the first major puzzle utilizing the dual world mechanic in Link to the Past. If we go to the very top of what's called Spectacle Rock, now we've made it to the upper level, which we couldn't reach before. And there's quite a few such puzzles as you go further into the game, where you have to account for the minor differences between both the light and dark world and how you can transport between them. All right, got another piece of heart. And over here we can see more of the world below us. Let's see what this says. Master Sword を掲げようされば、イテルの魔法いられん. If you hold up your Master Sword, you'll receive the ether magic. Ether magic. We don't have that just yet. Those guys are kind of weird. You just hit them once and they're stunned. I'm not sure if there's a way to kill them or not. Maybe sprinkling the fairy powder on them. We finally get to see the Tektites for the first time. A mainstay in the Zelda series. They were all over Death Mountain in the original Legend of Zelda. All right, looks like we're ready to enter the Tower of Hera. And as I mentioned in the previous Link to the Past live stream, Hera is named after a Greek goddess. I believe she was the wife of Zeus, and she's featured heavily in the Iliad. I read the Iliad about 2 years ago. It's when you first start the book, it's very archaic and challenging, but if you keep up with it, it's pretty cool. And this is the first dungeon where we'll be going on a bunch of different floors. There's something like 4 or 5 floors on here. And then in the game sequel, Link Between Worlds, the Tower of Hera is featured once again, and they go really crazy with the number of floors. It's something like 12 or 15 or something like that. This is a mini version of the boss we'll be encountering. Oop, looks like I locked myself out. Let's see if the boomerang will allow us to hit that. Yes. These guys right here, they always irritated me a lot, as there's a lot of recoil when you hit them with your sword. I fell down just looking at them. And I thought they were more like octopus or mollusks or something like that, but they're actually called beetles. Or they're referred to as beetles in the Japanese encyclopedia, kabuto. And this dungeon also features these tiles which switch around the topography right there. And like that, that's where we can use the key. Oh, that's the master key, not the small key. So we'll have to return later. Chrisio Washeja Cho Sahasraja. Chris, it's me, the Choro, the elder Sahasra. Omae ni, I believe that's Jogin or Ateo. I have some encouragement for you. Mamono no yakata de Majikoro Miro tsukeba, itsu demo iriguchi ni kairu koto ga dekiru zo. Whenever you're in the dungeons, yakata, the it's saying mansion when it's really a dungeon. But anyways, whenever you're in the mansion of evil creatures, whenever you use the magical mirror, you'll be able to return to the entrance. Wazore de naizo, don't forget about that. And that indeed comes up very handy, as you always have the option of finding a key item or just making some substantial progress in the dungeon. And if you're about to die or you simply just want to take a break, you can quickly return to the entrance, save your game, and come back later after you've replenished your fairies or magic and all that. When you're playing this game for the first time, it might take an hour or two to beat the dungeon. So that's a very handy feature Nintendo thought of, being able to just temporarily exit out of them. And there's another tile thing we have to go through, which we saw in the Desert Palace. And once again, we'll see that it's Ganon messing with us from afar. All right, now we can finally get through there. These guys can be really annoying, but not as annoying as the boss version. And as you saw when we lifted up those pots, we got and defeated the skeleton enemies, we got magic. So that's kind of a hint that we'll want to use our lantern to light these up right here. Yeah. All right, and it's the master key. So it looks like we can return to that previous room and progress further up the tower. Let me see. What did I miss? Yeah, I think I have to hit that switch one more time from this room. It's a little annoying how Nintendo wants you to backtrack that much. Oh yeah, and it's going to throw the tile thing at you again. All right, now we can make our way through and use our master key. I don't think I want to touch that tile. I'll just want to walk through while I have the chance. I believe that'll be the moon pearl in that big treasure chest over there. Compass. And in Japanese, it says kampasu. Just changes it to the English word. I'm not sure if there's an original Japanese word for compass. クリシオ、サハスラージャ、この塔にはムーンパローと呼ばれる玉が開かれてある。Within this tower is a jewel called the moon pearl. その玉を持つ者は魔物の世界にあっても姿が変わるよう守ってくれるのじゃ。The person who holds this jewel, whenever they're in the world of evil, their form will not change. They'll be protected. And it's a little interesting to note right here, instead of Dark World, it's literally Mamono, the world of the evil creature. A little bit different than Dark World. 必ず手に入れたと出るがよい忘れでないぞ。Make sure not to leave the tower until you find it. I'm not quite sure how to get over there yet. I think we have to go down from above. These dinosaur guys were a little bit random. I believe it's a Triceratops or a Stegosaurus that they're based off of. I think in here we just have to mess around with the switches to open up a hole right around here. And we should be able to fall down and retrieve the moon pearl. This guy's taking a lot of hits. Is he going to die? Finally. I don't think we can open up these walls, but I'll just go ahead and try right now. Yeah, just kind of randomly there to distract you, I guess. Okay, maybe if we jump down here, we'll get to that treasure chest. Yes. Moon pearl mitsuketa. You found the moon pearl. Aku shiki mono ga tsukao. Ogon no chikara kara yusha o mamori sugata o kasase nai. Aku shiki mono ga tsukao ogon no chikara kara. The person who has this, they'll be the brave warrior who has this. Their form will be protected from the evil dwellers in the. Sorry, let me take another look at this. Ogan no chikara. Ogon no chikara kara. Aku shiki mono ga tsukao ogon no chikara kara yusha o mamori sugata kasase nai. Sorry, this is written a little bit funny, just trying to I believe it's saying yeah, it's your form will be protected Aku shiki mono ga tsukao ogon no chikaro kara osha o mamori sugata o kasase nai. It's got to be something like people who seek the golden power. Normally, their form will change when they enter that world. However, the brave person who has this, they'll be protected. Sorry for that long discretion, just written kind of funny compared to what I was expecting. Even though I'm very familiar with this game's script in English, and I've practiced enough in Japanese, there's still plenty of moments where certain sentences can really throw me for a loop. That's why it's one of the keys to learning any language, even your first language, is called circumlocution, where you ask for something to be said in a different way. Because I simply don't have enough experience with the language to completely understand the sentence in that context. Let's see, and 6 floors in here. And also, it's possible it could have just been written awkwardly in the base language, which happens all the time in English, of course. Right, let's go ahead and head towards the boss. And this giant centipede guy right here, he's considered one of the most aggravating bosses in the series. It's very easy to get knocked down off the platform, and you'll have to start the battle all over again. Yeah. After this is done, I need to go back and look through the game script and find out exactly what that was saying. Kind of bothered it threw me off that much. Yeah, and this guy is pretty aggravating to deal with, as there's no clear pattern to how he moves. It's very random. Oh, crap. I was worried that was going to happen. I'm pretty sure when you restart the fight like this, his life is restored back to 100%. So while he's not as dangerous as the other enemies in this game, it's just very aggravating to have that happen to you. It's kind of funny though when you hit him on his weak point, how his eyes sort of go googly like that. Oh, yeah, luckily we have 3 fairies, so we should still be able to take him out. I find it's best to charge your sword and just kind of navigate around him. Oh, got him. Yeah, because when you do that swing, there's a lot of attack range that it goes through, so you're more likely to hit his weak points. We got our hearts and our pendant. Chie no Moncho Tenereta. You've received the pendant of wisdom. Yatta. Mitsu no Moncho ga sorota. Master Sodo no More Mokao. All right, you've gathered all 3 of the pendants. Head on over to the forest to get the Master Sword. And we see right there, even though the game script, it always says Moncho, which is the original Japanese word for pendant. Here in the game's inventory screen, it uses the loan word pendanto. I remember whenever I would beat that last dungeon and be heading to the back to the Lost Woods, I just feel extremely impatient, because I'd be thinking, oh wow, I can finally get the Master Sword, and I have to go all the way through the Death Mountain again, or Yeah, travel all the way through Death Mountain again. I believe there's a little trick right here. We can dash, but we don't want to do it all the way, or else we'll get knocked down into that hole. Still remember that. Right, that wasn't too long of a journey, though. So the lumberjacks right here. Yo, Chris, この頃森にも怪しい霧がかかってうかつにいるもしね。Hey, Chris, lately within the forest, there's this strange mist has been floating all around. どうでもいいけど、この木は切りごたえがおかしいな。それ、ぎこぎこ。For some reason, this tree, it has kind of a strange reverberation to it. It's going giko giko. Yeah, and I saw you said kiri gotai. Gotai is kind of like a answer or a response. So it's kind of like a echo or reverberation. Yeah, that's not the real Master Sword right there. I think this is a gambling. Yeah. And once again, the graphics were so impressive back in 1992. Really immersive use of atmospheric effects right here. And when we get the Master Sword and the fog lifts, the Lost Woods still looks really pretty. Yeah, it's just a bunch of gibberish. Okay. 折のる災いの振り返るとき、三つの紋章を掲げし勇者来たり。See, long ago there was a person who gathered the three pendants. A brave person who gathered the three pendants. その手でこの木の引き抜けであろう。And he took his hand and was able to pull the sword out. そのものナイトの一族の血を引くものなり。That person's bloodline came from the clan of knights. I butchered that a little, but yeah, that brave person, he was part of the lineage of knights through his blood. Yeah, really cool moment right here. And we got the Master Sword. ちょろささらろの声がどこからとのこ響いてくる。The voice of the elder Sarasala, it reverberates from somewhere. クリスよ、よくぞタイマーの金マスターソードを手に入れた。Chris, you've done well and obtained the Master Sword, which repels evil. その輝く木すべてがお前の力だ。その輝き。I believe kagayaki, that means like to sparkle or shine. So looks a little bit funny in that sentence though. その輝きすべてがお前の力だ。Your all of the power, it's gleaming within you. Maybe that's what he's saying. その木ならば、司祭の魔力を持ち破ぶはずじゃ。持ち破れる。Okay. With this sword, you'll be able to defeat the evil power of the wizard or the priest. I was using his localization term wizard when it's literally priest, Shisai. この個々の運命はお前にかかっておろう。The fate of this country, it relies with you. 頼んだぞ、クリスよ。I believe in you, Chris, or it's all up to you, Chris. Oh, that's cool how the animals run through there once again. That was such an amazing moment when I obtained the Master Sword for the first time. You could see how the range is increased just a little bit, and it even has a different sound effect, which was so cool. And when our power is all the way, it even sends out that light. And that's us. This is also in the original Zelda, I believe. When your life is full, you can send out a light beam from your sword. I think it applies to your regular sword, not just the magical sword, which is the final upgrade in the original. Anyways, when I first got the Master Sword, I was extremely excited about it, and I was in third grade at the time, I believe, and I was telling random kids at school about it, but none of them had Zelda quite yet. I was lucky enough to get it on launch day, pretty much, and they had no idea what I was talking about. Chris, 助けて。城の兵たちが教会へ。キャー Chris, help. The soldiers of the castle, they've entered the church. Oh no. And after you see something like that, your initial urge is to rush to the church. But I know now that I have the Master Sword, I can get that pendant. I think the first time I played this, I wanted to get to the church right away, but then the subsequent playthroughs, I was like, no, Zelda and the church elder can wait. I got to get that pendant. And I want to just look around at this real quick. Even though the fog's gone, the use of shadow and light, it's really impressive. I think the Lost Woods, both the fog-covered version and with the sunlight, this is graphically the best part of the entire game. And I'll go ahead and go back to Death Mountain again and get that pendant, and then we might wind up this stream pretty soon. Then the next one, it's off to Hyrule Castle to do battle with Aghanim. Oh. I didn't have the old man telling me where to go, so I almost fell down the hole just then. Let's see if the old man has anything to say since I got the Master Sword. Munporo wa seichi e omobuku yusha no omamori ja. The Moon Pearl will protect you from the effects of the here it's saying Seichi Holy Land Omomuku. Let me look up Omomuku real quick. That's not ringing a bell, just reading it in hiragana. Okay, Omomuku. Okay, like going towards it or going to, yeah. Yeah, Munporoa, when heading towards the Holy Land, the brave person who has it will be protected. Hito no sagato kairu marioko kara mamote kureru. It will protect people's forms from the evil power within the land. それを手に入れた。あんたこそわしの待ておた勇者じゃ。どうか娘を助けてやってやる。Oh no, 勇者じゃな。Of course, of course, I'm not the brave warrior, but please, please help my granddaughter. Sorry, let me read that again. それを手に入れたあんたこそわしの待てよた。じゃない。Yeah, pretty sure that's. Yeah, I'm not the brave warrior. Please help my granddaughter. わしがあんたにしてやれるのは疲れよいや。Oh yeah, I can't do anything, but I'll help heal you from where I'm at. While we're here, we'll also go to the Dark World once again, and those guys there, the ball and the orange demon guy, they'll be quite surprised to see me in my original form. Yeah, and you can hear right now. Now that we have the Moon Pearl, the music has changed. It's more valiant and determined than I believe the original song. When you're the bunny form, it's called "I Being a Bunny." That's what the song is called, and it's very disorienting, which fits. おひやれやれ。あんたは姿が変わらないの Hey, what's your form did not change? ただもんじゃないなねあんた. You're no regular, ordinary person, are you? あひゃ、お前姿が変わらないじゃないか。あ、お前ムンパロ見つかったな。Oh wow, your form hasn't changed. Hey, I bet you found the moon pearl. When I read that, I was always kind of surprised he wouldn't try stealing it from me. Instead, he'd rather just kick his friend around. That was more interesting to do for eternity, I guess. I think we gotta read that again. Right, that yeah, got destroyed and downfalls are power of ether. Maho no medaru itara. It's the medal of magic ether. Daiki ya riki o ayatsuru maho da maho mita ni chuishio. It can it controls both the atmosphere as well as mist. However, when you're using it, be sure to watch out for your magic meter. It's full right now, so let's just go ahead and test it out real quick for fun. Oh, it had no effect on that guy though. Yeah, even with the Master Sword, he just turns into stone for a while. Let's see if the magic. Oh, there we go. Some potato-looking guy. Okay, that's how you take him out. I can't recall off the top of my head if I've actually done that before. I usually just try to get past him. This is like the 20th time I've played Link to the Past in my life, and I may have just done something completely new. But that happens all the time in classic games such as these. I'm sure that's just a surprise to me, though, not to the gaming community at large. But I remember reading the news that in the Kokiri village in Ocarina of Time, some 20 years after the game was released, someone found out that the R-Wing from Star Fox was hidden in the game code, and you could get it, you could access it and see it flying around by doing something crazy. But that's very interesting how they found that decades after the game's release. All right, we're back at the church. It's been about 45 minutes, though. Been quite a long play session. I got some reading to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and wind things down for tonight. Yeah, and on the next on the stream the day after tomorrow, we'll be heading to Hyrule Castle to do battle with Aghanim. Right. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again soon. Right. Good night.